from Southern Alabama to Southern California for 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific kick here, guys. Pac-12 Mountain West, Adam. We're seeing Oregon State and Utah going at it. SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. -7 or -7 in the hook, guys. Another game. Need to be checking out that WagerTalk odds screen. Get the best of the number. 68 being the total. Adam, I don't know, man. I like the dog here. Utah State was a great bet down the stretch, winning against San Diego State. We were both on that. You going back to the well here with the Aggies?
I'm not, this is one of the few spots where I really do like a favorite. It's the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, by the way, Drew. The Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. I didn't know if you knew that. But,
Wow.
I think I like Oregon State. I like this Oregon State team. I think they're a little bit underrated in terms of, Utah State. We just saw them get the huge win, right? They come in and blow San Diego State out in the Mountain West Championship game. Whereas Oregon State, that their last game of the year, they really weren't that impressive against Oregon. I think people expected more out of them in that game. Didn't play on championship week. But, this is an Oregon State team that led the Pac-12 in rushing. They have some really impressive wins. USC, Utah, and Arizona State. And they beat all three of those teams by more than the margin here. In this scenario, I think that just the matchup alone puts me on the Oregon State side here. Oregon State's offensive line, I have a feeling that they're going to be able to control this matchup. And if Oregon State can run the ball, they could put points up at will here. They are have an elite conversion percentage on third down. Oregon State does, one of the best in the country. So my concern would be getting backdoored because their defense is a little suspect, and for as good as they are on third down offensively, they're one of the worst in the country in getting off the field on third down. So, but so 7 in the hook, that's like one of the prime things that comes into play there if you're talking about getting backdoored. But just from a matchup perspective, I'm leaning pretty heavily to the Oregon State side here.
Okay, looking towards the Power 5 team here in this matchup. Ralph, one stat I looked at that pointed me towards Utah State going up against Trig here is Oregon State. Yes, I agree with all of his points. Good up front, but the fact is they've lost straight up and against the spread their last 4 road games. I like to look at that stat going into bowl games, and Utah State's 7-0 on the road this season, 10-3 in the Mountain West Conference champions. They've won 7 of their last 8 games, both straight up and against the spread. Their only loss at Wyoming, and that was after they locked up their side of the division there. I don't know. Utah State's been a great bet for me. So in terms of betting on or against the Aggies, I'm kind of playing with free money here. It's Utah State or pass, but how are you feeling about this one?
Well, is Oregon State excited to be here? Well, yes. At the beginning of the year, they would be excited to be playing in an NFL stadium on Sunday night on ABC TV against anybody. Are they happy being here after they started the season 6-2 and then back-to-back losses at California, Colorado? That's a no. I mean, those are disappointing. When you look at the road stats from the WagerTalk Bowl Guide, as you brought up, Drew, Oregon State played 6 teams away from home. They were minus 21 yards per game. Utah State played 7 games away from home, plus 132 yards per game. That's 150 yards per game difference. Now, I understand the strength of schedule is night and day. But how about this? Since October of 2019, Oregon State has won 1 road game. That's it. In 2.5 years, they've won 1 road game, and that was this year at USC. Now, that was an impressive win. It was early in the year, but what did they do? They were a 4-point favorite at Washington State. They lose by a touchdown outright. You're a 1.5-point favorite at California. You lose by 14 points outright. You're a 12-point favorite at Colorado, and you lose that game outright. Conference champions like Utah State that play in bowls have gone 75, 56, and 3, 57% against the spread. So winning your conference is an important situation for a team like Utah State. And when I look, this is from Mark Lawrence's playbook. this week. It just came out. Mark has great situational and technical plays and points out a lot of them. How about this stat? I'm not saying this wow number is relative to this bowl game, but how this could happen when a Pac-12 team is playing in a bowl game and they are off, when the Pac-12 team is playing off a bowl game and they are off a loss, they are 1-21 against the spread. That's just crazy. I mean, you look at teams and say, how can they play that bad in the bowl game? And earlier, I just tweeted out, if you guys follow me at CalSportsLV, I'm trying to pull it up. The Pac-12 as a favorite since 2017 has gone 5-6 against the spread. The Pac-12 as a favorite in bowl games has gone 4-10. So Pac-12 bowl teams since 2017 have gone 9-16 against the spread. Again, yes, you're a head coach, and you could say we're playing in an NFL stadium in LA on Sunday night, the only bowl game being played on ABC, but give me the dog again.
Going with the dog and the Aggies. Okay, I like it, Ralph.